Hello everyone, Dr. Sara here, and today we have an amazing FMG graduate who has now turned into a doctor by clearing the JAN 2025 examination. Dr. Adwaith with a high score of 220/25. Congratulations, Doc. We are so proud. Please tell me, how are you feeling right now?
Ma'am, I feel very proud and I'm so happy. Yeah, I only thought about passing the exam or clearing the exam, but I was so scared about the exam, so I studied whatever I could so that I could not miss any topics or things that I want to put my full effort in this. So I gave my full effort and got what I got.
Please tell me, Doc, how was your, give me a basic introduction about you, Doc. From where are you from? What's your name?
Yeah.
Marks, everything, university. Tell me all about you.
I'm from Kerala. So I started my university in Ukraine, Kharkiv. So I had to transfer to Jalalabad State Medical University in Kyrgyzstan in my fourth year, and we were the batch that had seen the COVID, the war, everything. And thanks to Arise was collaborating with our university in Jalalabad. So I used to study from there, and then later came back to Kerala in Kannur. I joined the offline classes, and I studied the same thing there again, so I could study more and revise more. So that it helped me a lot.
Tell me about your journey, Doc. You have witnessed COVID, you have witnessed the war, and then you have witnessed transferring to a entirely different university. Tell me all about it.
Ma'am, during the COVID time, it wasn't much problematic in our area. It was good. The classes were offline, but still we have to wear a mask, everything just like the old world. But the war was very hectic, ma'am. We were in the first region where Russia attacked was our region. So we were in the border. So we were the first to get attacked, and it was a hectic journey, ma'am. We walked kilometers and kilometers underground tunnels, and later we reached the other part of the country. To that end, then we crossed the borders to Poland. Then we came back. It was a good journey.
Traumatized.
Yeah. We could hear the sirens, missiles, everything. We would come out, we'll see the jets and flights going on. We'll again go back to our bunkers. When everything is fine, we'll come out.
My God, that.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that? It must have been traumatizing, Doc.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, no one was there to help us or guide us. We all made our own WhatsApp groups. The team that went first will tell us, okay, this route is safe, the other route is safe. We'll message the next group, okay, you can go this way, you can get this train, like that. We only manage, ma'am. The students only manage.
My God, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
And from there, you went to Jalalabad. So what motivated you to study, Doc? I mean,
Ma'am, just like Khalil sir used to say, you are students used to ask him what motivation does make you. Ma'am, as he said, you're just 12 past, you're just 12 graduates. There's no more motivation needed for that. So I study. I want to make my parents proud, and I have to be someone like foreign medical graduates are always treated as those who didn't pass NEET, those who can't get eligibility in India. So it's our turn to make them or show them that we are also ready for everything.
amazing, Doc. Tell me about the exam day. We heard that the first paper was really tough. How was your mood and how did you face the exam? Tell me all about that day.
I came out like if someone pinched me out, I would cry. I was so, I don't know, ma'am. Still, I am not ready to accept that I got these marks. I have checked my mark list for 5 or 6 times, I think, because I couldn't believe the paper was so difficult for me. Like, not difficult in the sense I have not seen such questions. I have done many years of previous year questions, PG questions also, but the pattern was different. I couldn't didn't know to manage the questions. And everyone would say if you score 100 marks in your first paper, then you can clear the exam. But if this first paper was like this, I was so terrified, and ma'am, I couldn't say much. My parents were waiting outside. My dad was there. My father said it's okay. I talked to many parents. They said they are attempting for the third time, fifth time, sixth time. So even if you didn't get this, it's okay. Don't be depressed. Let's check for the next part. Let's see what will happen. But the next part was somewhat okay for me. I got some confidence. I thought I will be in the borderline. Okay, 150, 140, 150. If God allows, I will pass. But I didn't imagine I'll get this much.
How did you motivate when the first paper was so tough for you?
Yes,
How were you able to face the second paper?
ma'am, I thought maybe our teachers always says the questions for passing will always be in that 300 questions. So after that, I thought maybe the 150 questions that I know will be in the second part. That will be my pass mark. So I thought I'll be doing more. And also time management was also, I used to do GT scenarios and all, and I get a lot of time. But in the exam, it was accurate. It was correct that whenever I finished the question, it was the correct time for that question. So it was very tight schedule. And the second paper, just like I said, ma'am, I thought my things will be in there, my motivation, my exam clearing questions will be in that part. So
That happened.
yeah, anyway, I have to complete. So let's see what life brings. So I moved on.
Like you said, you gave a lot of GT, and GT
Yeah.
requires a lot of time management. So how many GTs did you give?
Ma'am, I gave all the GTs from Arise, and apart from another platform, I gave only two. So all the Arise GTs, I think 7 or 8 GTs. I think.
And did you review the GT or
Yeah,
just
ma'am. I still remember your words like GT not reviewed is GT not done. Ma'am, I have two friends with me. We study separately, but we used to review our GTs together. So even if we got the answer correct, we discuss that among ourselves. We'll do 50 questions every day, and we'll review the answers. We'll take the topic, study that.
Tell me about your offline classes. You took offline,
Yes.
right? Offline Arise Kerala. So tell me about it. Would you prefer online or offline? And how was your experience offline?
Ma'am, I personally recommend offline classes because when we are in an environment with students, they're also studying. So, if people without self motivation or like people who needs a push should always opt for the offline class because when we are in a class, we are live attending the class. The teacher is taking a class. We will see the teacher. We have students all across, all surrounding us. They are also studying, and even after the class, students are studying there. So it gives a push. It gives something in our mind that you should also study. Everyone is studying. You should also study. This is not. This is not it. You have to work more. The others are studying more. You have to work more. But if it is in an online class, if I'm in my home, I will okay. Then I'll see my bed. Okay, let's lie down and see. And after that, I'll sleepy. Or I'll think, oh, this class will be uploaded in the app. Later, and it will get piled up, and I will not. I have learned this from my seniors. They always said go for offline class. It's better for you. Even the jokes or some instance may happen in the class that will get inside your head. That will help you to recall everything. So
Any special mentions during your class? What do you remember? Which faculties? What?
ma'am, Priyansh Jain sir, he is my favorite. He have already came to Jalalabad to take biochemistry classes. Ma'am, the subject is biochemistry. I can solve internal medicine, biochemistry, pathology, everything from that biochemistry topic. And he used to say his life story. He went for biotechnology engineering first, then he came back, then he went for PSM. So a man like him has many downfalls, or even he couldn't think about what to do next. So we could relate with him, and now he has reached many heights. And even his teaching is so simple. His internal medicine, nobody could. I don't think, ma'am, nobody could take like that. You also, ma'am. I said, as I said, the whole class was sitting in the offline classes, but I still chose only one class for the online. Your classes only. You came there for general patho and systemic. I couldn't follow the teacher that came on in the offline. So I took my friend's online class, went to my hostel, saw your old video, completed your patho.
What about the last month, Doc? We had TND, we had FTRs, we had QRP. Did you attend those and were they useful for you?
Yes, ma'am. I attended the classes and TND. First of all, I attended all the exams, and I didn't see the TND in the live lectures. So I would do the exams, review it myself, and study any other subjects. And at the night, I used to see the TND videos in 2x speed, so that I could complete it more with less time. And in the final months, ma'am, I'm a man of mnemonics. I always make mnemonics. I will always make stories and all. So just as I said, I have a group of 2 or 3 friends. We used to make we used to review our GTs and all. But still, if I get a mnemonic that's good, it would be helpful. I used to share it to them. They're also, even if I know something, they'll also share to me. I'll share to them. Even if they know itself. So in like subjects like PSM and all, if we share like that, it will be in our mind. We used to make stories. And the main part is difficult terms, we would relate it with our friends. They would be having names like that. So it would be helpful to remember. And I'm actually, I remembered and I made everything in my mind with mnemonics and tricks. Everything is a story in my mind.
That's amazing, Doc. Tell me, this exam, like we said, it's not just about your mental capability or IQ. I feel like it really pushes and tests your emotional IQ as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in your highs and lows of the exam, like especially during your low periods, what motivated you and what would you advise your juniors? Like, what should they do to stay high?
Yes, ma'am. There was a time where I don't know what happened to me. I used to get all my questions wrong. And when I reviewing it, oh my God, what did I do? This question is so simple. And I will always solve and make the long questions always correct. But the one words were getting very
One-liners.
difficult. Yeah, one-liners were very difficult for me. I didn't know what happened to me. I think one GT was very difficult for me. I don't know if the questions were simple, the answers were direct there, but still I couldn't get it. I was so depressed. I called my parents. I said, "Ma'am, they have no idea about what I'm studying, what I'm doing, how much to study, how much." They said, "Do your best. What else can we do?" And my friends also, they also motivated me. So when we are surrounded with people who are studying, people who are motivated, that itself should push us. And even the teachers after every class, they used to say that if you believe in it, you will get it. So we should believe after the things that are going to happen after we clear the FMG exams. So manifest in that and we'll get it. That was my motivation.
To your juniors who are going to attempt the June and July examination, what advices would you like to give?
Ma'am, there may be students who give their best effort and still couldn't pass. And there may be people who pass by chance without much effort. But the main part from our side is we have to give our full effort, 100% effort. Because not only for us, there are people surrounding our parents, our family, our relatives. They all have an idea of that we have taken a shortcut to get MBBS. So they'll say, "Oh, let them come back to India. They'll not pass the exam." So it's our way of showing that we have done it, we know it. So motivation is around us, ma'am. Everything is motivation. Our parents, everything, and even our self respect should also be maintained. So motivation is everywhere. you can get it from everywhere. The thing is that we have to put the effort, even if it is hard work, even if it is smart work, both should be put together. And there is no, for people who are taking for coming after graduation, there are 6 months for you. Everything is a distraction for you except studies. So like 5 or 6 years, we have completely enjoyed ourselves in our college. No one to look after, everything to enjoy. No parents, no one to look after. So we have enjoyed our 5 or 6 years to, and now coming back, we have to sacrifice our 6 months. So I think sacrifices always brings good things to us. And if we sacrifice our 6 months, I'm sure we'll able to crack this. And cracking an FMG will also give a push to us that we could crack the 𝗵𝗵𝗄 or any other competitive exams. So we have done this. Now we can also do this.
Confidence.
Yeah, we'll get a confidence.
If you could go back, Dr. Adwaith, and talk to Mr. Adwaith 6 months ago, what advices or mistakes would you tell him? Ki, no, you should not do this, or you should have done this.
I don't know, ma'am, because I have done everything. I have done
You
everything.
don't regret anything.
No, I don't regret. I have done up to my maximum. That was my biggest fear, ma'am, because I have done everything, and still, if I couldn't pass, what else could I do? That was my biggest fear. I have sacrificed my sleep. I have uninstalled Instagram, even YouTube also, ma'am. I couldn't get I was so into this because many factors pushed me for this. So I given my everything. Nothing is. At the last months and all, I had a feeling of watching so many videos. Oh, that video is uploaded, this video is uploaded. I have to watch this revision, that revision, other teacher, this teacher. I couldn't get time. I only studied Arise notes only. But still, I'm so satisfied with myself because I given all my effort.
So
I'm
what
so
would you like to tell
confident.
your juniors? Like, what mistakes should they avoid?
Okay, ma'am, procrastination. Okay, we'll do that later. This one at the end. Okay, this one before the exam, 2 days before. No, that should not be done. Everything should be done at that time only. Because everyone thinks 6 months is there. No, there is no 6 months. 4.5 months, every subject will be finished. And after that, it will be a revision time and GT time. You have to review every GT. We'll say reviewing GT will take only some time, but no, 300 questions, we have to learn the topics. It will be a big time. So never, don't be lazy. Don't keep your things to next day or next time. Try to complete as soon as possible. You will, if you read your notes thoroughly and trust your faculties, I think, ma'am, it's easy to clear your FMG exam. And I'm saying it's easy because I have passed. People who are seeing this will not say, oh, it's for easy for you. They'll say like that. But I think, just like our teachers say, there are things that will make us pass in this exam. We have to give a good effort and consistency. Never keep things for later. Study in that day itself or within that week, you will get it.
Tell me about the experience in Arise Kerala. Were they nice to you, or were they?
No, ma'am. It was good. The Arise 𝗃𝗃 was called the hidden FMG village, the special name for Kannur. Ma'am, it was good. Everyone was good there. Even the faculties, everyone was happy to be there. We had a great time. Every teacher would make us sing, dance. Everything was there. It was fun time in Kannur, ma'am. And just after the classes end, we would go back to our studies. But still in the classes, teachers were also friendly, and the staff, everyone was so good. It was a good studying environment. It's not a big city, and still we could get things that we wanted. So less distractions and good ambience for studying.
Any special mentions that you would like to give?
Ma'am, yes, of course, the nearby cafes in Arise, 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃𝗃𝗃. Everyone was so much, and even the mess people who supplied food there, they were all very supportive of us. They were all like a family member. So they are like their granddaughter or their cousin is going to appear for the exam. They are all working around us. We just have to study. You do your best. We'll take care of the other things. They were all like that. I'm so happy to be studying there.
Last things that you want to say, Doc, before we end this interview.
Ma'am, FMG exam is not about clearing. It's about dignity, self-respect, and as a doctor, it's showing the world, showing India, the Indians, people who are in India who are not giving much respect to FMGs. It's a way to show them that you can also do your best. You are also a good doctor. It's not studying in India or not studying abroad. So give your hard work. 6 months time, you have a lot of time. If you give your best effort, sacrifice everything, you can pass the exam. I'm not saying it's simple, but still, if you give your full work, full effort, and if you didn't regret, okay, I've done everything in my power, then you can clear the exam. No problem.
Okay, before we end, I just want to ask you a few questions as an aspirant.
Okay.
What would you prefer, offline or online?
Offline classes.
Should GTs be given or not be given?
Yeah, GTs should be given. But you should never be, if you got a less mark in GT, that doesn't mean that you are low, you couldn't get the exam. It's not like that. It's just GTs are just real life mock exams. You have to know your level. Marks doesn't count. Just know your level, the time management, and your focus to the exam. How you read the full questions and what all mistakes you did in the exams. That can be evaluated, not the marks in GT.
What about group study or self-study?
Ma'am, I prefer self-study and discussion of questions and other interesting topics, or like maybe the PYTs, previous year topics, or important topics that are that may come in the exams, that can be discussed among the friends. And certain subjects like PSM and all, there are a lot of values and all. If we discuss the programs, like there are many committees, that there are other names and all in PSMs and all. So if we discuss that one, it's good to be in a group discussion. And also in group discussion, more than 3 or 4 students is not good. I think they'll distract into other talks and all. So self-study is important. I think it's much more better than the group studies, but group studies can be used for discussing questions and topics.
Paraclinicals or clinicals?
Ma'am, I prefer clinical subjects because
It will get you marks.
yeah, no, and also, ma'am, the long questions. As I said, I love the long questions because bigger the question, more clues.
Easier to do.
Yeah, more clues will be there. Because and in one-liners and all, there may be confusing options. We could always rule out 2 options, but the other 2 will be always confusing. So I think clinical subjects with long questions is my
That's amazing. What about friends or no friends during preparation?
friends who are motivated to study. That's good.
How do you choose that? What if you have friends who are not motivated? Should you leave them?
No, ma'am. It's not like that. If we are in a path of studying, we will understand who all are also trying to study. We will understand who are trying, or maybe who is giving the effort. So we can select them on their basis. If we know from our college itself, okay, we know everything about them, we can do it. If we are seeing them for the first time in Arise, we can understand them, who all are studying, who all are giving effort. If we are in that path, okay, if we are studying efficiently, we can understand who all are also studying. So we could choose from them. They could teach us something.
People who were studying very well and then stopped.
So,
Did you see students who were studying very well and then got distracted?
I don't know, ma'am, because
You didn't bother to, you were focused on yourself.
there were groups. Lot of them were studying together. Group discussions was the most in Arise. In my opinion, everyone was doing a group discussion session. So I think most of my friends have passed the exam from RIS. I'm happy for that. Others, I'm not sure. I didn't see her.
Thank you so much, Doc. It was such a wonder to talk to you and know about your experience regarding this. Congratulations once again. We are so proud of you.